Well, good morning, and it's a beautiful morning in East Dorset, and we're out on another walk, and it seems a long time since I said that last. It's been quite a year, or quite a summer at least, as you might know if you've been following me. So you may remember that way back now, it seems, at the end of May or beginning of June, I went down with a virus. I don't know what it was, but I think it was COVID. I didn't actually do a COVID test, but I believe it was COVID, and that turned into a whole long string of symptoms and issues, all of which point towards me having long COVID, and it's been a long road. Anyway, I will tell you more as we walk, but we started to the sound of church bells, and you may have recognized where I've started from. I started from Witchampton, and I'm currently sat on my favourite seat, which surrounds this wonderful horse chestnut tree, and it's laden with conkers. Great, I love conkers. I think a fresh, glossy, shiny conker is amazing, and I can't help but pick them up, and there's loads of them around here. So yeah, it's a good place to start a walk. And it's going to be a short walk. I've obviously, like I say, I've done little walking, so I'm starting to try to get back into it. So I'm starting with a shortish walk, 5 miles, I think reasonably flat, and I just fancied woodlands and countryside today, so that's what we're doing. Anyway, I will tell you more in a minute. I hope you're going to join me, and I hope you enjoy the walk. So yes, it seems a long time since I've done this. The last time I did a proper video, I think, sorry about the noise, of brushing through a field of sweet corn, or corn on the cob. Yes, the last full video I shot, I think, was mid-May. I did have a backlog of videos, so I've posted videos online since then, while I caught up with the backlog. But since mid-May, I've only shot one video, and that was, I think, in July, when I did a walk. I think it was around Pam Hill. Apart from that, I've not done any filming or walking filming for 4 months, and it feels good to be on the camera again. So yes, I came back from a family holiday in Cornwall at the end of May with tonsillitis, which turned into this virus. And then, since then, I've had so many different symptoms, and they all point to long COVID. The main one is the extreme fatigue and tiredness. So my walking has been restricted really to kind of a couple of miles around the local park. I've done 1 or 2 longer walks, but it's one of those things which, or mine is anyway, that you kind of do a longer walk and think, oh good, I'm okay, I'm coming out of this now, and then you just find that the thing relapses and it all comes on you again, and you think, oh, I thought I was getting over it, and I'm obviously not. And it's that kind of thing. I don't know if that's general or whether it's just my version of it, but it's the most frustrating thing. Well, you probably, the last video I shot in July, I was due to go on a backpacking trip. It was going to be a week-long backpacking trip, and I think I said at the end of my July video, I think I said I'm feeling okay, today's gone okay, and it looks like the backpack is good to go. And then it wasn't. It all kind of came back again, so I had to cancel that backpacking trip. Hopefully do it, well, probably next year now, I guess. But yeah, it's that kind of illness, and so many varied symptoms. Ear problems, tinnitus, joint pain has been really bad. My arthritis this summer has been really bad, and it's unusual because it's generally the winter that gets my arthritis, not the summer. Summer, it's usually its best time of year for me, but not this year. Been bad all through. Could be the extreme heat, maybe, because that affects some people as well. I don't know. But it's not only my ankle either. As you can see, I've got a wrist support on because my right wrist has been really bad this year as well, and that's unusual. But yeah, so I've had nausea, muzzy headed, foggy brain, that's been bad, cough, throat problems, headaches, disturbed sleep. Here's a catalogue of things. But I think, I hesitate to say this, I think I'm coming out of it, and I'm beginning to feel a little bit more energetic. So today is a test. We'll see how we get on and see how I feel tomorrow when I get up. But it's been quite a summer, hasn't it? The extreme heat in some ways is, well, it's kind of been good in a sense that when I find these really hot days are just energy sapping, and I'm not sure I'd have been able to go walking on those kind of hot days. Would have been too much, I think. So in a sense it's been nice, because maybe I wouldn't have walked as much anyway this summer with that heat. But one of the benefits with these hot days I find is that the mornings and the evenings are absolutely lovely. I spent so many evenings just sat out in the garden reading until kind of almost midnight, really. It's been absolutely amazing, and I've loved that side of it. Obviously the heat has bigger implications in terms of why it's so hot, global warming and so on. But if you want a silver lining, if you like, for me it would be early mornings and evenings spent outside until midnight, in these balmy evenings, and that's been amazing. Oh, and do you know what? I can still hear the church bells ringing. I doubt the camera will pick it up, but they're following me. So good start to the walk that was. Church bells, and then my favourite seat and conkers. And it's a lovely season, I think, autumn. We're coming up to maybe my favourite season, I don't know. Certainly with the light and the colours of autumn, they make good filming and good photography fodder. So I'm looking forward to more autumn walks, hopefully. God willing. Actually, I've just thought I have done some filming since. I think was it last year? I had quite a number of people asking if I could film in my rewilded garden, because I've talked about that before, how I've turned my garden, small garden, but I've turned it into a bit of a wildlife garden. So while I was off and while I was not walking, I did film through the summer in the garden. In fact, I think it's about 60 gigs worth of film. But problem is, it's a big job to edit it, and I just haven't had the headspace really to be able to sit and edit that kind of film. When you walk, you see, it's reasonably straightforward because my video is kind of chronological order, obviously, because it's a linear walk, but the garden is random. So somehow I've got to work out how I put it together as a video that will be watchable. So that'll be coming at some point when I can sit and process it. It actually feels like it's been much quieter in the garden this year. Don't know if anybody else thinks that or noticed that. I remember, was it probably 2023 would it be, when I catalogued everything I saw in the garden, and I photographed, it must be, it was 86 I think, different bugs in the garden. But I don't think I've seen anything like that this year. So I don't know whether that's because of the heat or just cyclical, or I don't know. It just seems that the wildlife seems to be more absent this year. There's a bird of prey over there. Oh, it's just dropped. Probably a kestrel, I don't know. I haven't got the long lens with me today. I'm trying not to carry too much weight. I don't know if you can see that on the video. Just on the left by the trees. So this is the lovely hamlet of Manswood. We're actually only touching on it because I'm heading up into the woods behind it. But yeah, we'll touch on it twice because we kind of touch on it later in the walk, but the other end and just briefly. But some lovely old cottages here. Ooh. There's a deer running through the trees. Probably can't see it on the camera. So we're into Chetterwood now, which is a lovely woodlands that I always enjoy walking through. This part is actually conifer, but there's broadleafed and mixed woodlands as well. And we might get some nice colours. In fact, we've had autumn colours around for some time really, but it's obviously not true autumn because we haven't reached that yet. It's what they call false autumn. Have you ever heard of that? False autumn is where we get very dry summers, so there's not enough water around for the trees to be able to hydrate all of the leaves. So in order to preserve water, they let some of the leaves die back, so they will change to autumn colours early, and that's been going on for some time now, certainly around where I've been walking. So it creates an illusion of autumn, but it's not true autumn. They call it false autumn, which is quite interesting. Coming up to what is often my lunchtime spot on this nice log here under the tree. And I might stop there, but it's not for lunch. The reason is because this is a shorter walk. I didn't actually bring lunch, but fortunately, because I guessed I'd be hungry, the village shop was open at Witchampton, so I stopped off to get a snack. So I might enjoy that sitting on this seat, which I know I've filmed before, because I think I asked the question, who is GGM? Somebody who obviously died in 1997, born in 1918, and lived, I think, probably in Manswood. Anyway, quick snack while we look at this view under the trees. This part of the woods will be absolutely lovely in what will it be, a few weeks, maybe, might be early November, I don't know. If it's early it'll be October, but this always turns a lovely colour. Got some here, look. Autumn leaves. Bit of false autumn. Bit more autumn. I look forward to that coming, and all the trees are clad in their autumn dress. There are so many dung beetles about. You can see here they're moving this huge great chunk of dung. There's two of them working at it now. What are they going to do with it? Oh, oh dear. Oh no, he's out all right. Where's the other one gone? He's still underneath. Oh, oh, he's giving him a hand. Oh, here comes another one. That's amazing. I don't know how well that'll come out on the camera because the GoPro doesn't focus very close, so it's probably going to be blurred, but hopefully you could see what was going on there. It was amazing to watch. Well, the trouble is I have to watch the ground because there's so many of them here that I don't want to tread on them. Yeah, it's something interesting just now as well. One of them was upside down and he couldn't seem to right himself. And one of his buddies came along and gave him a hand, and he turned the right way up and went on his way. Unfortunately I couldn't film it. I wasn't quick enough, but I did have my phone handy, so I took a few pictures. Now, apples. There's one here that's within easy reach that is fully ripe. Looks like it might not be. No, I don't think they're quite ready. Oh, what's that one like? Let's have a look. Right. That'll be a snack for me, since I haven't brought much food. Well, any food. So up here is another of my seats. You might recognise it actually, because I'm pretty sure I've filmed on the seat before. So I think it's time to have a sit down, another little snack, eat my apple. I'm deliberately stopping regularly today, as it's only a 5 or 6 mile walk, but I want to keep I don't want to make sure I don't want to relapse again. And here's my seat. I'll sit on here and look at a nice countryside view. It's a lovely light. That is a very sweet apple. Is that Cox's? It's lovely. Just what I needed. So, I bumped into a local couple just now while I was walking, and I asked them who GGM was, and they say it is apparently Major Martin is what they think it is. He lived and owned Critchell House and the whole estate, which includes Witchampton, all of this area basically, and the woodlands. Everywhere I've been walking today was owned by Major Martin, part of the Critchell House estate. He died. He left it, I think the estate was split into 3, I think, because he's got 3 children, or had 3 children, 3 daughters. I can't remember whether they're all daughters. I need to look it up, but I haven't got a signal on my phone. So it's split into 3. The main house was sold, Critchell House was sold, together with all kinds of land and things like that. That whole package went to someone from America, Boston I think, and I can't remember how much, but it was quite a few million. I have 20 odd million in mind, but it might not be. Anyway, apparently at least one of the daughters still lives in Manswood. In fact, we'll pass that house on the way through, but the couple live in what is meant to be the longest thatched row of cottages in the country. So they live in one of those. It's called the Buildings, and we will pass those because I'm going to walk through it. So they live in one of those cottages. And I've always wondered about, well, I mean, I've walked this area for, well, all my life almost, and I've always wondered who GGM was, and I've never been able to find anything much online, but now I know, and as soon as I've got a signal I'm going to look up Major Martin and find out about him. So that's good. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my apple. Well, that was good rest and a good apple. I tell you what, it's a good year for sloes. I'm seeing loads of them. Don't think they're quite ready to pick, are they? You're not meant to wait for the first frost or something, or put them in the freezer or whatever. Anyway, I'm not picking today. So this is the buildings, which I have filmed before. It's a row of one time 12 cottages, now 10. I think 2 of them, there's a couple of amalgamations gone on, and yes, it's said to be the longest row of thatched cottages in the country, and they look lovely, I have to say. And I suppose the good thing about it is they've got south facing back gardens. And they're quite long gardens as well. And of course it's in the country and on the edge of Manswood, lovely hamlet. So I thought I'd film this bit, the walk by the cottages, so you get a feeling for how long it is. Well, we've reached the end now. So that is a long row of cottages. And I wouldn't mind living there myself. A nice little avenue. Feel like we're walking into somebody's garden, but we're not. It's okay, it's a public footpath. And obviously it was at one time a school, now a private house. There are some lovely footpaths on this walk. It's an absolute delight, and that's I mean, I always think that anyway, but I suppose particularly so when I've done little walking really to speak of over the last 3 or 4 months. So it's been an absolute joy to be out in the countryside again and doing some, well, semi-proper walking. Can I call it that? Define proper walking. I suppose proper walking's anything over kind of 10 miles maybe, I don't know. And rugged as opposed to town parks. But yeah, it's been an absolute joy this morning, or today, and I've absolutely loved it. It's not been long, I have to say, only think about four miles, just over 4 miles so far. So it'll probably be 6 by the time I get back to the car. But I'm very happy with that in the circumstances, because the problem is, as you get older, and I shall be 77 in a couple of weeks' time, you find your fitness drops off very quickly when you don't exercise. And then when you get back out on the trail again, like I am now, it takes a while to build yourself up, to get your fitness back up again, get some kind of muscle strength back, and in my case get the ankles mobile again. So yeah, so a 6 mile walk today is just right, I'd say, and God willing I'll be able to build up on that and get back to my normal walking and filming. That's the plan. So you can probably hear heavy machinery. Can't see it very well, but it's in that field there, which is also corn, same as the field I walked through just now, and they are harvesting that field. Fortunately, they're not working on the field that I've got to walk through again in a minute, because I'll join the same path that I came out on. We're back in the cornfield again. A very noisy cornfield. I presume they do the same with corn as they do with other crops, because these all look remarkably died back. So I'm assuming the practice is to spray the crop to make it die back rather than let it die back naturally, because I can't see all this lot would have died back this quickly naturally. And yeah, I was told once that the practice of doing that was because you retain more seed on the plant than you do if you let it die back naturally. So if they let it die back naturally, a lot of the seed drops on the floor while it's dying back. But if you spray it to kill it artificially, then more seed is retained on the plant, and when they harvest it they get a bigger yield. So I'm assuming that's what's happened here. I don't like that idea, because I think spraying anything on crops can't be that good for us, I wouldn't have thought. I presume it's done safely. Well, obviously it would have been done safely, but I'm sure there's a lot would say that's just not natural, and some of it's got to remain in the crop when it's harvested. I don't know how they get rid of it. They must wash, don't know, they wash it thoroughly and all that kind of thing to neutralize it. I'm really not sure. Anyway, we'll not go into that because I'm getting up towards the end of the walk now. It's a contentious topic. We're through the field. We're back to my seat. Well, I'm back on my seat again, and finally, for pretty well the first time today, I've got a signal on the phone. So I've looked up Major Martin, and sure enough, he is Major George G. Martin. He was actually Royal Navy. So finally, after all these years, I know who GGM is. So I'm interested. That's another problem solved. Another riddle that I've got sorted out thanks to a local couple. Anyway, when I get back home, I'm going to look him up on the internet and find out all about him. But that's a good result. Anyway, I'm going to sign the video off now. That has been an absolutely amazing morning, or day actually, because it's partly morning, partly afternoon, even though it's only a shorter walk. Been absolutely amazing. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. It's been an absolute joy to be out in the country again and to be filming. And it's gone okay. 5 miles, it'll be 6 when I get back to the car. I am doing okay. Ankle's freeing up a little bit already. Depends on what tomorrow brings, what I'm like when I get up in the morning. But God willing, I'll be out again soon. Hopefully this week, because I've got another walk planned this week, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks so much for coming with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've absolutely loved it, of course. So thanks for coming with me. But for now, this is me, the Dorset Rambler, saying until next time. And hopefully that won't be so long.